I was actually gonna make another video. I was gonna make a video and talk about that you should surround yourself with, or how important it is for you to surround yourself with the right kind of people, with the right people, with the right energy, with the right mentality that I want the best for you. You probably heard this phrase that goes, you're the product of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Which means that if you hang around with 5 fat people, you're likely going to be the 6th one. You hang around with 5 broke people, you're likely going to be the 6th one. And so on and so forth. Then I actually had a little thing that I noticed yesterday. And after my weekend, I've had an amazing weekend. I spend most of the time with myself, actually, to be honest. I was mostly alone. I did a lot of fun, a lot of things that I think is very enjoyable, that I like. And on Monday morning, when I got back to our company and we were gonna work again, I was met with a few people that maybe aren't on the highest level, so to say. They aren't the most positive people, kind of negative. And I was a little caught by surprise how I reacted. So I got a little bit triggered, to be honest. I mean, I let it go very quickly, but I could feel like something inside me just says, no, you shouldn't be in this kind of room. But then it got me thinking, that's exactly the kind of environment you should put yourself in. Because you should put yourself around people that are very negative. I mean, it can sound pretty weird that I say it, and I'm not saying you should be there for a long time, absolutely not. But you should not neglect it. You should not deny the company of other people that definitely not are vibrating on your level, because it is in those situations that we really get to know ourselves, that we really can see what we need to work on, what we need to let go of. And that was a little bit still I had that I needed to let go of. And that's why it's so important that we always, I made a video recently, put ourselves in uncomfortable situations, uncomfortable places where we can really, where we get to see the true colors of ourselves. Because if we're always going to be in an environment where people are happy, they're joyous, they are very, I mean, of course we want to be in that environment. But what happens is that we eventually will become comfortable with it. Maybe one day, without you even realizing it, you're going to be faced with tons of negative energy and tons of people that don't want the best for you. And you can only imagine how you will react if you are not really used to it. That's why I say that you should always put yourself in surroundings where people also are very negative, because we will learn from it. But it's always important to remember that it's only temporary. We should not do it for a very long time, because it can obviously have a negative impact in our life, because it doesn't really matter what we do, because we are gonna take bits and pieces of their behavior. We're gonna take things without even knowing it, without even realizing it. That's why it's very important that it's only temporary. I actually like to view it in this kind of way. I don't really remember where I saw it, or if I come up with it myself. I am gonna be honest, but I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But sometimes I like to divide people in 3 categories. So if there are like 3 types of people that you like to hang around with, you can either categorize them in 3-minute people, 3-hour people, or 3-day people. What I mean by that is 3-minute people are usually people that you meet that are people you don't want to, let's say, go out, have a dinner, eat for several hours, or you want to hang around with them for a whole day. You just want to chit chat a little bit, maybe the small talk stuff, and then it's done. Maybe some people you meet in the gym, maybe you just want to, nice to meet you, how are you doing, how's it going, what are your workouts looking like? And then 3-hour people are the people like you that you like to go out, maybe for a dinner. You want to hang around with them for an evening, maybe do some fun activity, you know. And the 3-day people is typical people that you really have a strong connection to, that you are vibrating on the same level, you have the same interests, you find a lot of similarities in your life, and you connect on a very deep level. Those are the kind of people that you can go away with for a weekend, you can hang around with them, and you don't get tired of them. Your energy is you're just changing energy with each other. You just feel it, that it's so natural, it's so right. So you don't want to stop hanging around, basically. So if we can view it in that sense, so we can categorize those people, take it with a grain of salt, obviously. That's a little fun game that you can view when you talk to people, because that, you know, like, okay, this is the type of person that I really want to hang around much with, not spend too much time with now. Because let's face it, we get affected by that behavior. I noticed it myself in my few years back when I was really into partying a lot and drinking and hooking up with girls and all that stuff. I realized that one of the reasons why I kept doing it was because I hang around with those kind of people that obviously also like to do that. The usual talk was regarding that. Oh, how's the next party? What we're gonna do next weekend? Where are we going? What chicks are coming there? Very low level talk, and I got affected by it. Nowadays, when we all the things that happen and you enter this path, it's very different, and I don't spend very much time with them anymore. I can do it, but it doesn't affect me. What I want to say is that nowadays I'm very careful who I spend time with, who I choose to be to share my time and energy with. So it's become very more important in my life to be very careful and to choose wisely. Which kind of people you put into your life? What are the people in your inner circle? Are they there for the best out of you? Are they there for your best interests? And can you connect on a deeper level than the usual shallow small talk, and So it's become pretty obvious after you become more aware that the people that you hang around with is very much of importance. But like I said, we should never run away from like living a life that we want because we're afraid of maybe those kind of people are in that room. You know what I mean? So, because I've seen this many times, especially actually in my family. I've seen it that one of my sisters, she's a little bit that kind of person that rather run away from one typical environment because she don't want to surround herself with those kind of people. I get it. Neither do I. If I could choose. But sometimes we just can't do it. We have to accept that these situations where you are in now, you have to cooperate with those people. You have to hang around with them, and just accept it and let it be, because you can't do anything about it now. But if we run away from it, we run away from ourselves, because it's also a reflection of where your state of consciousness is at the moment. What do you need to work on? What do you need to let go? Because if you run away because you can't be around that type of energy, that is your issue. It's always been your issue. It's not these kind of people. It's not their problem. Sure, you can wish that they were more positive, that they were more loving or caring, and that they're more interested in you, but let's face it, they are not. So just let it be. So you also have to be careful there what kind of reason you are like staying away from that kind of company. Because that's the thing, like if you really think about it, if we want to get to the place where we are completely free, that means that we can put ourselves in any situation in the world with any type of people. If you are on a special diet, you should be able to be in a room with people who eat the exact opposite. If you are a spiritual person, you should be able to be with religious people. If you like, a certain sports team, you should be able to be with the other people who doesn't like that team. You know what I mean? You get my point. Like, we should be able to be around any type of people, and it should be okay with us. Because if we're not okay with it, we're never going to be free. Because you're always going to be worried about, oh, maybe they're there now. Maybe those kind of guys are there now, or those girls. Or my evening is going to be affected by that. How I'm going to act towards them, All these sorts of things should never be there, because these are the things we just create in our own mind. And that's why you can connect it to diet as well, because one of the reasons why I eat predominantly fruit, and I choose to do it, is because I want to be able to not worrying about getting sick. Because if I were to eat a standard diet, let's say, that's why it's kind of a lottery, because you never gonna know when the body is releasing so much toxins from your system that you will get sick, because that's what sickness is really. It's just a overcompensation of the body's releasing too much toxins, and you get fever, you get headache, you get sore throat, and all this stuff. That's just the body's way of getting rid of too much at the same time. So you can connect it to the same way where what kind of people are hanging around with, that you should be able to be in any situation. And that's why it's so important that we like I said, that we don't forget about putting ourselves in negative energy as well, because there are hidden messages for us to experience there, to read. So sometimes I think it gets too much attention to always hang around with positive people. I totally get it. I understand completely the message that your habits and your overall well-being and that your overall person will be affected by that company, absolutely. But like I said, it's only temporary. And I mean, if you get affected with that short period of time with just hanging around with the wrong kind of people, that means that you have a lot of stuff to still let go of inside yourself. You haven't dealt with a lot of the old stuff that still links onto you. So that's why it's so important that we don't erase these kind of situations in our life completely and just eradicate all the people that are not on our level. Because let's face it as well, like, if those kind of people at some point gonna elevate and become more conscious, they need to surround themselves with these type of people that, let's say you and me, they need to be in our room as well. So we have to meet people. We have to meet each other with we have to accept that for us to grow, we need to surround ourselves in the right kind of environment for us to be able to grow. And what I mean by that is an environment where people are more elevated than you and me are, a lot more higher consciousness. They're more aware, and they are even more at peace with themselves. Because in that case, we will take their energy and their behavior and put it into ourselves and be inspired to be better and to be even more free, you know. So we have to kind of view it in a sense that we're helping out each other. And that's what I like about this kind of idea as well, that we can never like deny all rooms that are of negative nature, because I mean, it's our responsibility as well to be there for them as well, even if they are nowhere near and they don't even get it. But after I've been reading a lot of the books by David Hawkins, he clearly says that, and these are his words by the way, but he clearly says that by you just vibrating on a very high level, let's say the vibration of love, which is about 500 calibrated level, your impact on the people around you are on a such high degree that you can't even fathom it, like you can't even imagine it, because you will affect so many people by just you being there, but just you being presence. Your presence is there. So if we can understand these things, I mean, we are helping so many people without even knowing it. So and it might not even look like it in the beginning, because it's gonna take time, and but you never know when these kind of moments hits them, when this kind of like aha moment just occurs in their life, and maybe they will thank you later. So that's why I say we have to view it in a way that we are there for other people as well. So, but important to know that it's temporary, because like I said before as well, we will still get affected by it if it's for a too long period of time. But short time, that shouldn't be any problem. So yeah, that's my message for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and please share it to someone you know who might be ready to hear information like this. Maybe this can be something that elevate them, you know. And something I forgot, yeah, leave a comment as well if what you thought about the video. And we talk soon. Take care now. Bye.